R.Callinan, Imaikalani deVault, and S.Pupo get to surf Punta Roca by themselves. You know, they've earned it. You've made the championship tour. You're already called the best surfers on the planet.
I'd almost guarantee it, Joe, as it seems like Rhino here looking at the first wave of the heat.
Callinan, 32-year-old, starts with a nice clean backhand snap with the slide. Clean route to set up a second move. Classy backhand surfing, extend a float to now drive into that section. Kept his balance there off the top again. Laying down some clean decisions. Hammers that section. Right into some flow and throwing some water. More vert on the finish. The Aussies are going to love what he did there.
This is really a blue collar type of wave right here, Joe. Great first turn all the way on the outside. And, you know, as a goofy footer, I think we've all experienced a right-hand point break that just runs on you. You want to make sure you're matching the pace and the timing of the wave. So these transitional floaters are very important, especially when you're coming off of the bottom like he did multiple times in a row. Not pushing too hard, making sure that you're just matching the tempo of the wave. But right here at the end, it slows down a little bit, Joe. So look at the bottom turn and look at the way he really excelled off of the bottom turn right there. That was a sick snap. And then once again, the 3-for-1 right at the end. Should be a great score to start this heat off.
Such great range and flexibility off the bottom.
Yeah, and that's a good point right there. Flexibility is definitely something that you need, especially with those long drawn-out bottom turns. Transitional maneuvers once again right here through the mid portion. That's kind of the racetrack section. And right here towards the end, he just decelerates just a little bit, sets him up beautifully for this next turn right here. In the pocket, very well executed, Joe. A lot of spray. And then fits in 3 maneuvers right here in the end section, literally on the rocks. A great score to start off the ride.
7.0, S.Pupo getting started now. Nice, clean, precise bottom turn to wrap. Drives into the lip, well-timed snap from Samuka. Hits it over the ledge of the rock into a float. And now winding up for a huge carve in the pocket. Slaps it on the inside corner and fades out. Talk about lighting it up.
Oh my, I love that carve at the end right there, Joe. A lot of energy and positive stuff for Samuka.
And we'll see where this one goes.
Yeah, and the outside variation was awesome. So starts off with the carve, the second turn dynamic into the lip. Very precise. A lot of energy right here, positive energy from Sam. And as you can see, slows it down, makes sure that he's matching the speed of the wave right here. And how's that dagger right at the end, Joe? Looks like Shohei Ohtani hitting the walk-off homer the other day. In the pocket the entire time, just making sure he's matching the pace of the wave.
We got to everyone have a meeting together and start having a little naming convention.
It's very true, as seems like live action here, Joe. Sam?
S.Pupo already with a punt. Backing up the 6'9" as Imai stepping into his first wave of the matchup. As we see him coming to the screen, there was the punt.
Yeah, he was way outside on this one, Joe. There's Mama Roca right there. So has the air, literally does the lip line hit right in front of the rock. And that just cleans it up on the inside. Make sure to add a few extra points if you can right there. And then Imai already on the outside.
A nice silky carve to open up a big blast there. Well timed around the rock. He's going to have to move quickly to catch up to S.Pupo. He'll get out of the way. Blows the tail, but can't hang on.
So delayed takeoff for him. That was a major turn right there, Joe. Just massive in the pocket, a lot of power and spray. And then right here I'm thinking, okay, just make sure you're doing things right. Taps it, and then goes a little too big for how that section was. And
R.Callinan rolling into this one. Already has a 7-point ride. Nice hammer there to get this one going. More of a bowled out section. Drills the lip late to the next section, but gets that JS under his feet for a moment.
Fortunately, Joe, an unforced error for Imai on his opener.
Then to Ryan's wave.
Well, this is the combination that you called it. A lot of spray on that first one. This is a massive second move, though. And look, right there, he's probably thinking, okay, like maybe I can make it around it. Maybe I should just go for the tap. I feel like at the end, that's probably going to be incomplete. But that's a hammer right there, Joe, and just a little off timing for that last one.
Traveling around the world, he's got so much heart and such a class act. As we look at Imaikalani deVault, pushing that float down the line to cover some space. Big old tail waft. Now he's out in front again. Woo! Jams it, throwing some water. More intensity out of Imai on this wave. He's got a little wall to play with. Tail chuck again. Comes down with the white water just to put this thing away. And he's actually opened up a little bit more for a little end section turn. Merrick likes it. His opener was a 5.57.
Strength into each and every single one of these turns, Joe. They're impactful. So lip line floater right there to begin with. That's a major turn right there. Fully releases the tail, and the amount of control that he has to have to manage a speed that way, especially going down the line. Great read from Imai, and this is where it slows down. Want to make sure to keep those rails going though, just in case you need to regenerate speed. He does. Blows the tail around, more of a 180, then cleans it up right here at the end. This is really intelligent surfing, Joe. Somebody that's competed for close to 2 decades right now, and outside maneuvers were impactful, Joe. I mean, deep bottom turn, the CI looks amazing under his feet. That's the I.deVault that we all know, though. Big blow tails on the outside with a lot of control, but really those power turns when he's able to get the right section, Joe. To me, one of the most underrated styles on the World Championship Tour.
I like that call. Explosive blow tails, different in variation to the section. His setup work was brilliant to set up even bigger moves as this thing went down the line. This is where it really started running in front of him.
Yeah, and how intelligent is he to be able to decrease the speed when he needs to, and then once again, if he has to go to the top third of the wave to regenerate speed, he does. And right here at the end, it's like, okay, I've already done my work on the outside. Just close it out.
Hang on to your pupusas. How about this one, Mitch?
Oh, he was frijolitos con queso the entire time on this one, Joe. This came in as the best of the heat, 717. How nasty was that right there? Blowtail kind of board slide, carve right in the pocket. And, you know, this was a smaller wave, but he surfed it so well in the combination of maneuvers. Just came one after the other. And we're talking about a lot of control with this wave right here, especially how difficult the maneuver exchange was. You know, reading these sections is never easy, Joe, especially with the little extra coping you have on it. But his speed management is so great, and that turn right here, really the money one. Look at the way he comes out of it. So much control, always well positioned on his board. And I feel like one thing that we really showcase a lot with Sam surfing is that he is so good in transitioning.
S.Pupo now on his 4th wave ridden in the elimination round. Coming into this section, just chuck tail, controls it out in front for a nice slice on the open face, starting to bend into the pocket, already getting distracted to see what else is out there. And S.Pupo will step off, hoping they might give you some stickers and you can pretend you're sponsored a little bit as we watch S.Pupo going for the reverse. He's able to ride away. R.Callinan now getting started to improve on his 4.83. Picking up the pace, backhand float to cover some ground. Right into a bottom turn. Former runner-up at Bells Beach looking solid there. And now that pace of that section just waiting for him. A backhand special. He knows how to identify those in the set waves and cleans it up with a nice polished finishing move.
Drops in on him. Air is complete, so that will count. He's looking to improve on a high 6. And this is where he caught up with R.Callinan right here, Joe. Looking to improve on the high 4. It seems like he will. A lot of transition maneuvers at the beginning. Gets to work right here on the inside. Great timing, especially when we consider, once again, how deep that fade on the bottom turn is. All the way top to bottom the entire time, and just cleans it up right here at the end. Some excellent poise and control of his emotions.
It's a happy little splash there for Ryan, knowing that wave felt really good. Floats it quickly. Imai leans back and crushes that section. Hits it right off the top again. Now starting to really bowl, and he is lighting that one up in the pocket. Big tail blow, and he ends up losing control. Felt like he had his rhythm. Every turn was getting more critical, and he pushed so hard on that one.
Improve his situation, and I'm a fan of this wave. Imai had a lot of speed, the great floater. Comes around the section, that's a big dagger in the pocket. Little bit of flatter wave right at the beginning. This one starts steeping up. Major turn right there, and if he is able to pull this last one off, I'm thinking no doubt he's getting the score that he needs. An unfortunate and unforced error right there, Joe. And once again, the impact that these blowtails have, that's really Imai surfing 101. Had to go big right here at the end. Unfortunately, incomplete right there as he slips on the back foot.
In heat number 4, S.Pupo rolls in. Twist and wrap on that first section. Deep bottom turn, blasting the tail out. Now starting to drive into a little float, just still looking for sections. There's more of a driving turn into the pocket. Flowing off the bottom, stabbing the lip line. Draws into the open face again. Whips it out front. Throws down the cutback. His 6th wave, ridden being the most active in this matchup. Now he's looking for a bowl. Hoping that he can finish with something major, but he's running out of room. The big hot rocks are waiting for him. One of them grabbed him there. So S.Pupo going the distance. Last 2 scores didn't factor in.
Props to Imai, he went for it, but a lot of control in that heat by the surfer from Mauritius, Brazil. Pupo moving through, Joe.
Pretty exciting day, a quick day.
Yeah.
And we've already found ourselves at the Corona Cerro Post Show.